I mean, you can really just sense the anger from that, can't you? It's it's
That's
there.
not good for us, is it?
You can. She's going to take it out on us. That's the problem.
She was just here earlier.
Do it to Hearta. Hearta sucks.
Does that mean we win now? That's it.
Whoa.
Oh, damn it, we got away with it.
Dang it, just dangity dang. Anyway, hello everybody and welcome back to Encounter Roleplay, to Wednesday, to Zweihander, to Betrayal of Heartholm. I'm very excited to get into this week, and before we do get into this week, let's just go around, say who we are, who we're playing, and what we're excited to get done today. We will start with the wonderful, lovely Gabe. Hello.
Hi, I am Gabe James Games, and I'm playing Skurut, the clever burglar, maybe assassin, newly fathered, gun-toting revolutionary. And I really want to see the start of this rat revolution happen. I want to truly overthrow Blue Eyes. Well, her true name is Big Ass, and that's what she'll be referred to as now on until she's dead ass. But I am dead ass serious about making this revolution happen.
Thanks, Gabe.
You're welcome.
Tom, hi. Please take over while I just die.
I was worried you were going to go, speaking of ass, Tom. I was waiting for it. Thankfully, you didn't. Hello. Hi. I'm here to play some games. I'm Tom, or Hotflakes Tom. I will be playing Scythian, who is currently recovering from major ass surgery. And hey, at least I'm not on death's door anymore because it went quite well. So I've got that going for me.
Yeah, yay. I seem to remember I was bullied into using my crit to make sure that you didn't die.
Just like to
I would
put
also
forward, I wasn't the one who bullied you. I was, you know, I didn't say anything like that. It was a person to, you know, just there.
Yeah. And just for clarification, Scythian did not have arse surgery. He was stabbed elsewhere. Anyway, Angie, hi, how's it going?
Hi, I'm Angie, aka Banjalar. I'm playing Hearta, the elven astrologer, who is not sure what the fuck is happening because rat doctor and things. But yeah, I'm doing fine, Susie. Thank you.
Oh, good to hear it. Good to hear it. And Quinn, hello.
Hello. I'm Quinn. I use she, they pronouns, and I'm playing Violetta, everyone's favorite non-binary diabolist who also uses she, her pronouns, and really just wants some sexy demons. These are rats. There is a difference.
Hey,
don't yuck someone's yum.
I'm not, but it's not her yum.
Not yet.
Moving very swiftly on. Hi, Jay.
Hi. I love Wednesday evenings. I will be playing Arthur Mythfold this evening. Goes by many names, namely the halfling hero of Heartholm, and then other less kind, horrid names. Who's a bit of a chancer, all right? Got a little bit of a broship going on with Skurut, which I'm quite enjoying. Let's see what happens as we take to the streets and just lead a revolution underneath the city and become great heroes. And probably, I think there'll be statues made of us, and I'll sell them the granite. That's the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most likely, yeah. I mean, definitely.
It's a flawless plan. It's flawless.
Absolutely flawless. This unlikely crew basically all is what's between Heartholm and absolute destruction. So let's hope that they can get their shit together and that they can save the city and the denizens of it. But before I hand over to Pascal, I should introduce myself, I guess. Hi, I'm Susie. I will be your GM today, and I will be herding these cats. They are the reason I have gone grey. And the reason I have no voice anymore. So yeah, but before we get started with the actual game itself, let's hand it over to Past Charlie so she can tell us all about our sponsors.
Before we begin today's show, I would like to take some time to remind you about our sponsors. Fantasy Grounds, our virtual tabletop of choice. All of the beautiful maps and roles you see tonight are done using Fantasy Grounds, which you can try for free at fantasygrounds.com. You can also get all of your miniatures from Wayland Games. Go to waylandgames.co.uk and get yourself a huge range of D&D, Warhammer and 40k minis for up to 20% off regular retail price. And Tabletop Loot, who sell incredible dice. Go and check them out at tabletoploot.com.
Welcome back. Thank you very much, Past Charlie, for telling us all about those lovely, lovely sponsors. Okay, so let's get into it. Last week, you were brought into the city of Heartholm by one small friend by the name of Rzzonald. The Z's are silent. He is a Skazak who has big ideas and big dreams about how to change the world. And he has solicited your help in changing that world. So you were all, let's say, a little bit worse for wear. But Rzzonald, the Z's are silent, knew the rat to help. And with the help of Arthur, sought out the rat doctor, whose name I have completely forgotten.
Dr. Rataday.
Rataday, that's the one. Yes, exactly. Thank you very much, Jay. Dr. Rataday, who agreed to heal you up with the proviso that you would be his star team in next week's bout in the pits against the Queen's champion, who you later learned was in fact Scythian's friend Alex, who had been captured by a bunch of Skazak, and as far as they knew, was being horrifically mutated and tortured with this strange new blue wytchstone, which had been provided to the broodmother, Blue Eyes, by one Frederick von Holtz, who you all knew to be the Queen's consort. So, the doctor sought about healing you all. He cured you of your tomb rot. He conducted surgery on Scythian. And little Rzzonald, the Z's are silent, had the fires of revolution lit within his heart. And that is basically where we left it last week. We didn't really go anywhere. It was a very contained, it was a bottle episode in this little house. And most importantly, Violetta and Skarut had visitors from Rathu, the ninja rat, who offered them both bargains to sabotage Rzzonald, the Z's are silent, little plan, which was received with mixed results. So we will cut back to Rzzonald, the Z's are silent, and you folks in the abandoned house. You have a week until your bout in the pits. What would you like to do?
So I think we were all healed up at this point as well, wouldn't it? I think Angie and I, Heather and Arthur were all healed up. So,
I do have a question.
Yes.
Does peril go down?
Yes, it does.
By
So
1,
if you,
2, 3?
I will say
4?
because of the time skip we're doing, just reset that track.
Oh, thank God. Thank you.
Because
Okay.
you guys are going to be, unless you do anything really ridiculous in this week, it's assumed that you're basically at rest for most of this week. Unless you go do some stupid shit.
In
I
that
like you
case,
say
I
that
better
because
keep
any
it up.
doubt.
I don't even know why I said that you would do. No, never mind. Disregard.
Yeah.
So I'd probably be drawing cards and shopping for clothes that are more appropriate for sewer excursions.
Mm-hmm.
So less. Hey Arthur, do you have any not clean clothes? I hate asking for that, but
Well, hang on a minute. Let me have a look. and he takes off his little like gaff bag, and he disappears a little bit like Mary Poppins because it's too big for him. It's half in his bag. And actually, I mean, trappings wise that I've got, I have some dark clothes with me, which you'd be more than welcome to. So I think you'll see him like he pulls out because he does that little market trader thing. It's like, right, hang on then, let me see what I've got in my little bag for you, Ed, darling. Here we go. Right, comes out, pulls out some dark clothes, puts them on the side, goes back in. I got all this. This is quite pretty. Looks quite good. Because I've also got garish attire in my bag, and I'll just like put those out and go. Take your pick. It's all very reasonable price.
Don't think garish is what I'm looking for, since we're going to be going back into the sewers, so probably these. To the dark
scoop
ones.
up the garish. You can rent them from me if you want.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. But yeah, it's just one bronze penny a day. Don't worry about it. It's the mates' rates.
Right.
I will need them back though. Just.
Oh, believe me, I don't want to keep them.
Perfect. All right. I'll just jot that down. One header, one bronze penny per day. Dark close. Cool. Lovely jubbly.
Yeah. Thank you. Is there anything that you might need from me? I doubt it, but you seem to have everything you usually need.
I mean, those cards are yours. Can they tell me if this is like a terrible idea? Should I leave, or do they know that, or are they just sort of for you?
No, they work for whomever I want to use them for. So what exactly do you want to know from the cards?
I want to know how financially prosperous my next week's going to be, pretty much.
Okay. Let me just... She shuffles the cards and then holds out the cards and lets him draw his card. So do you still want me to...
Yes,
Tradecraft? I think that's what it is.
Tradecraft, yeah.
Yeah. I needed a 58. So...
That was not that.
No. I'm gonna leave it though.
Okay, so as Arthur draws his cards and lays them out, it's unclear to you. You don't get a great picture of what you're seeing.
I've heard of these divination tools called magic 8-balls, and I think what usually comes up with these is unclear, try again later, and I think that's what this card means for you.
Ah, right. Well, I mean, keep your chin up, all right? Bit more practice.
Sure. Yes. I will do that.
Lovely,
Thanks.
jubbly.
And she takes the clothes and goes home.
I think Arthur'll like now look out to the rest of the room and goes, right then, gang. Well, the way I see it, we got two choices. We can either bugger off down into the Rat City and like find, what's it, Armor Boy, Alex? That's the one. Or we can, diddle around for a week and then fight her in the pits.
I thought
that's
this was
basically our
during
two
the week.
choices.
That's my bad. Never mind. She doesn't go home yet. She's sticking with people.
I take my ball and go home.
If we look at it, treat it, Arthur, you play games of cards or dice, yes?
Oh, I play any game that involves coin, my friend.
So, you seem to be someone who's very skilled in the way of distraction, yes?
That's one word for it, yes.
And if your opponent is focused on your left hand, they won't see the right come to stab them in the neck, yes?
I mean, that's a little bit literal, but yeah, pretty much that's the idea of it.
So our left hand is the fighting pit, and our right hand is the knife that stabs Blue Eyes in the neck.
Right. I mean, I didn't really want to go into the fighting pits. I'll be honest.
So it doesn't have to be all of us, though. And if anyone is going to break Alex out of this spell, let's be real. Scythian won't let anyone else in there.
I mean, that's
So if
true.
Scythian is focused on Alex, spending time trying to break her out of the spell and probably making the other rats have more of a show than they expected. Everyone will be focused on it, including royal fatness.
I mean, I'm all for inspiring revolutions, Ronald Zed's a silent and all that, and taking down big blue arse. But I'm a little worried because if we wait a week, or excuse me, Dust, by the time old Alex here gets to the fighting pits, isn't she already gonna be like mutated and arms chopped off and exchanged for blades? I think the horse might have bolted by the time we get to that date.
Yes. But is
So it
our
depends
job
what
to
we wanna
save
be doing.
Alex? Or is our job to save everyone that we can?
Well, that's a question for brighter men than me.
Well, I was going to say it very much depends on your perspective.
Because if we go down there to save Alex and just Alex again, there is a likelihood that we will die and not get a chance to get to Blue Eyes.
Why didn't Ronald say, "Oh, Blue Eyes will probably have Alex quite close"?
Aye.
Isn't she going to want to be doing the Tinkerer? So if we go for Alex, I can only imagine the likelihood is, Blue Eyes won't be far behind.
Are we
But
banking
Blue Eyes
on-
won't be.
Are we banking on being the only ones coming down here?
Who else
Or
would
are we
come?
going to get assistance from anybody up top? I mean, granted, the consort being involved makes it complicated, but
Very complicated.
just a bit.
Violetta,
Sadly.
have you slept with anyone that you could convince to come fight in your stead?
Probably. Maybe a couple. Could probably get some of their husbands if they thought they were going to fight me.
Oh. I like that.
I mean, we can't change the
Wait,
color
what?
of your eyes, but no. I was thinking, maybe they could come fight Blue Eyes.
No, not you. Have you only ever slept with the wives?
Yes. Fruit.
That pause was beautiful.
Never mind. Another time. Huh.
Why? What did you think I was up to all those times we ran into each other casually?
Unimportant. Blue Eyes. Why is nobody speaking? I hate this.
Because this is fascinating. I am enjoying watching
It
this.
really is.
No.
I'll be
What
honest.
were you doing in... Go
Yes,
ahead,
Arthur.
Arthur.
Whatever you said. I like you. I like your speaking.
I was going to say I have absolutely no idea what either of you two are talking about. It's all a
Exactly.
bit lost on me.
Crazy.
I want to hear what Siphon thinks. I mean, we're down here for Alex, aren't we?
Scythian's
He's-
unconscious.
Quite
Wake him
knocked
up.
out.
Give him a slap.
Scythian down some laudanum.
You know what? We could pick you up and you could slap him.
I'll slap.
Well,
That
Alright,
way
then
you're
give
the
us a
first
boost.
place he sees.
Oh, there's Arthur. All right, I pick Arthur up and I put him over Scythian.
Okay, roll me a slap, a melee attack.
Let's have a look. How do I? Oh, that'll just be a combat skill, won't it? It's
Yeah.
got a simple melee. All right.
Simple melee.
52 is what I'm looking for. Close.
So, Skarut, as you're holding up Arthur, you hold him like just far enough away from Scythian's face that he can't connect, and so he just whiffs.
Oi! Ow! Ow! Oh! Scythian! Oi! No, it's no good.
Well, we
Hang on,
came
put me
down here.
Put me, right, put me down now.
Push down.
Right, thank you.
Hearta's gonna pull out her smelling salts and put them
Mhm.
beneath Scythian's nose and see if that helps.
Okay. So we'll say that this isn't immediately after the surgery. This is like a good couple of hours afterwards. And Scythian, you start to feel a little bit more awake. It is very fuzzy and like your head is in cotton wool. But you're becoming aware of your consciousness. Your entire body aches. It hurts so badly, but you're alive and you're laying on a bed, and above you is Hearta wafting something under your face, and you can see sort of Arthur being hoisted in the air, not close far behind.
Hearta. Can I? I'm a little uncomfortable.
I don't blame you. You just had surgery. But we were discussing things and felt that maybe perhaps you should be part of it.
Yeah. And he kind of slowly rinses himself up to just to sit in position. Okay. All right. So, what is everyone thinking? I mean, what is everyone?
My eyes get real big. So Scythian, we were saying that the broodmother has a very special fighter, and you are the most capable of all of us. So we think that if you led the fight, there is a chance that we could take out the broodmother, and if she is the one controlling everyone, taking her out would be an efficient way to stop this madness.
Wait, you want me to go into a fight? Like
As
now?
a distraction? No. In a week.
In like a week.
In a week? Okay. I mean, I guess that's something we can do after we find Alex.
Well, if we take out the broodmother, most likely Alex would be safer.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, Rzzonald the Zeds of Silence said that Alex is with the broodmother, right?
Exactly. So we take her out, and she's free.
Well, yeah. So he also said that they're torturing her and stuff. I think we should get her out before we go for the broodmother. I mean, we could probably do both things at the same time.
We might have to.
Yeah, I mean, we can do that.
Scythian.
Yeah.
Were there any? Do you know if there was anyone else from your order still alive after?
Well, yeah. I mean, not everyone was on duty at the cathedral. There are probably a fair few of them may even be out of the city on a hunt or, helping the wounded.
Was Alex well liked by your order?
Well, I liked her. Well, I mean, we all like each other. We're devoted. We're, as odd as it might sound, we're kind of like a family.
So, would you say that if people knew of Alex's predicament, would they assist you?
Well, it would depend. I mean, we do like each other, but they could have had more pressing concerns, as in rebuilding our entire order that just got obliterated. So,
Well,
as much
I
as
mean,
they like her, priorities for them,
If you tell them that there is an entire society of rat folk underneath the city that caused previous explosions and has then made it harder for the order to rebuild itself, it's possible.
I mean, it's true, it is possible, but keep in mind, Skarut, if that happens, they're probably going to purge the place. Yeah, including Rzzonald.
Oh, okay.
That's
Now
the
I see the
silence.
issue. Now I see the problem. Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah,
That's terrible.
yeah.
Rzzonald is the problem.
I mean, you could always take Rzzonald the Zeds of Silent out of the way and hide them while we come down and cleanse this entire city.
like
I don't know
Rzzonald,
how.
actually.
I don't know how he'll think about that, but
Scythian,
yeah.
how devoted and passionate is your order's feelings for the queen and for her consort?
Well, I don't know. We tend to keep out of royal business. I mean, royal and the church are two separate entities. The
very
politics
aware.
are above my head, I'm afraid. I guess as long as they don't consort with, like, summoning demons or evil, I think we're fine.
So how would you react to finding out that they were probably doing both?
Well, I'd be pretty damn pissed off, and I would report it back to the order, and then we'd discuss it with what to do, and then go from there, I guess. Why are you telling me this?
And in this hypothetical situation,
Purely
let's
hypothetical,
say-
I'm sure.
purely hypothetical, let's say that maybe your order's a little corrupt somewhere up near the top,
I was about to say the same thing. I'd be careful.
and if they're in on it,
What makes you
maybe
think
we're
that-
fucked.
What makes you think my order's corrupt?
Money can go
No
a lot of places, a lot of...
I feel like there's something you're not telling me. Screwed, Arthur?
Yes. There is.
What?
I will tell you, if you swear on your honor and on the life of Alex, that you will not sprint out again dangerously.
Don't do anything reckless.
Okay,
That's not
well,
what I said. Reckless things are fine, just not dangerously without going through us first.
Okay. Well, I'm not running anywhere at this present moment.
Scythian,
So
you were ready to die, and you were still charging into the city. Your current state of being of body doesn't mean much. I just need your word.
I mean, screw it. I'm still ready to die.
I know, that's the problem. I'm not ready for you to die. You are big and strong. I am small, and well, not small, but I am fast. I don't get in people's face. We work well together. I don't make friends very often, so I'm trying to keep the ones I have alive.
Oh, well, that's nice to know. Okay, screw it. I'll tell you. I promise that I will not just do something completely reckless and just go out and start swinging my sword, but I cannot say that I will stop looking for Alex. Is that good enough?
We
Gonna
don't
still
have
scrutinize
to
this guy.
look for Alex. Who are you scrutinizing?
Sorry.
I was scrutinizing Scythian, but
For what?
I think he's telling the truth. Lottie-dee.
Okay.
Scythian,
Mm.
the reason I wanted you to be the one to go against the champion is because the champion is Alex.
No, why would Alex fight me?
The same reason this Blue Eyes has taken over. The wytchstone does things to people's minds. But if there's a place that Alex is going to be secured, and a place that we know the broodmother won't have as much attention on her, that's why I said the fight is the best bet.
Okay. So wait,
But
wait.
assure
Let
us
me
that Alex lives.
let me get this straight. You think that the brood mother's gonna use the wytchstone to to convince Alex to fight for her?
Think no, yes.
We kind of know
Okay.
from the one who fixed you up.
Right. Okay. All right. But it hasn't happened yet.
It probably has already started.
But we don't know.
Do you think that he would wait?
Yeah. Or
Why?
I think Alex is strong enough to resist it, at least for a bit.
It's so what you are saying is we charge in to rescue someone.
Oh, absolutely not. I am not suggesting that one bit. I say we go in smart. That's what I'm suggesting. You said it yourself, Scroot. you're quick, you're quiet, and you know how to move about. You can scout out the place. What was Alex? No, she's as big as they come. Bigger than me. Trust me, you put a sword in her hand and, well, she makes me look like child's play.
What is your plan then?
My plan is this, okay? First, we get information. Okay, so we know that she's being kept with the broodmother in the big building, right? We send people out. Yourself, Skarut, maybe Arthur. Light, quick, and quiet. You use Rzzonald, the Z is silent, to find a route to the place. Scout it out. See what the gods are like, okay? Then you come back, relay information to us, and see what you find. Then we can work from there. Whether or not it's like we use a distraction elsewhere in the city to draw some more guards out. We go in quick, we go in quiet, we get Alex out of there. Then we head back to the surface, tell everyone up there what's happening. We come down, purge the entire city. Might take a little bit of time, but... which I think is a lot better than me going into, what is like an arena ring, fighting, well, one, Alex, which I hope I'd never have to do, but more of those things. I mean, I thank you for thinking I'm very strong, and thank you so much, but those things almost killed me. I mean, they are stronger. I mean, they may be even stronger than I am. I'm not an idiot. I'm a good fighter, but I know when to back up. I have no intention of dying, so I want to do this right. I want to do this smart. Does anyone else have any objections to that?
I mean, I've got one, to be quite honest.
Yeah, go on.
I mean, I like you, Scythian. I came down here to rescue a mate. That's it. I'm not interested in starting a war. And you just said once we find Alex, we go back up, come down here and purge this place.
Oh, Arthur, sorry. Don't make... You don't count here. We'll deal with that.
I'm not alright with that. Right, we didn't even know there was a city down here. And you're telling me you want to come in and murder an entire race of people?
They're rats.
I'm not taking part of that. That's where this is ending. You can find Alex on your own.
In retrospect, Scythian, you say they're rats, but Rzzonald is the one who told us about Alex in the first place. And another one, the one who fixed you, is the one who told us who had Alex and what was happening to her. If you give people a chance, some of them will be better, but...
Absolutely. Again, Rzzonald, I mean, he's proven himself, and hell, I suppose even that doctor proved himself. Okay, I understand where you come. So, I mean, we could keep the city silent from the ones up above. I will swear to you I will not tell anyone up there, then.
The only problem has been the broodmother, well, and the assistant to the queen, but those two are the rotten pieces of the tree. We don't have to uproot the whole thing.
Great. So then we rescue Alex, chop the head off of the brood mother, and we go home.
We let them take care of themselves.
I'm okay with that.
I like that you assume that when we chop off the head of the brood mother, they will just let us go home.
Oh, no, I'm not expecting that at all.
When someone in power loses it, and there's no one to replace, civil war happens on its own, but we don't have to influence it.
No, but the people who are loyal to Big Ass, that's what we're calling her, right?
Yes.
I believe so.
Right. They will come after us first.
Make Violetta in charge.
Excuse me?
What is Violetta going to... What?
Violetta, you want to rule a city of rats?
Sex them into submission? I don't know.
Not want any of that, actually.
I think we're, to be honest, I think we're going a bit bigger than what we're capable of here. Okay, so I think we should just focus on getting Alex out, get back topside, and then we can decide what to do with the broodmother. And if we kill her along the way, all the better. And Skarut, what? Told me what?
I don't think we can get Alex without encountering the broodmother.
Then we'll kill her. Or at least take the, what's that stone called that they said? Isn't that the thing that's the wytchstone?
The wytchstone. Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't smile like that.
Why don't we just take it from her? She hasn't got that, she loses power, right?
That is an interesting idea, Scythian. Maybe we should just focus on taking that.
We don't know what this
Alex.
wytchstone does. We don't know what its effects are.
No, if it were me, I'm telling
you.
you now, if I get my hand on that wytchstone, I'm instantly destroying it right here, right now. I'm telling you.
That would go poorly for you.
Why?
And not because of any of us.
And let's not forget, by the way, I did apply the international law of dibs on the wytchstone. All right. It is
Violetta very
under
patronizingly
law.
pats Arthur on the head.
Oh, thank you very much. It's very comforting. I'm a little bit terrified at the moment. Thank you. So
How
yeah, that's
much
mine.
study
We can come to
have
terms.
any of you done into wytchstones?
I've done none.
Not
I don't need to
but
study
enough
it to know
be
it's valuable.
Have you, Violetta?
Worried.
Do you know what wytchstones are?
I dabble in
You
things.
you dabble in wytchstones or just magic in general?
Oh, you know, a little of this, a little of that. Who's to say, really?
Right.
I have a sneaking suspicion that, we hold on to it as a group, yes? For now.
Well,
Let me do a
wait-
little research. You can supervise it if you like. I can tell you don't trust me, and I shoot a glance at Skarut.
Literally, all of you are just fucking crazy. I just want to fix a fucked up society of people that apparently are way too more than the ones above.
What have I
Wait,
done that makes me crazy?
Wait, we're the crazy ones, and you want to overthrow an entire city of rats?
No, I want to free a city of rats who are enslaved by magic.
Okay,
Which would
we're
involve
the
getting
crazy
the
ones.
wytchstone away from them.
Yeah.
Oh, we're talking in circles.
Yeah. Again, I think we're thinking too big. Just focus on getting Alex out, and if the broodmother's in the way and the wytchstone's in the way, we'll deal with it. But the main thing, get Alex out. Well, that's my objective. I can't speak for everyone else, but that's what I'm gonna do, with or without you.
Oh, fucking hell. Alright, fine.
I'm not terribly useful in a fight, but I do know my way around some magic, I will admit.
Okay. So, I guess anything to do with like magic, wytchstones, Violetta, that's your territory, I guess.
I can do
Skarut,
some research.
if you're gonna be the one, if you want to take charge of scouting out the place, getting information for us, take Rzzonald, the Zed is silent with you, and if you want anyone else, please go ahead. Maybe Arthur. I don't know how quiet you are, Arthur. You seem pretty quiet. Hearta,
Yeah, I'll keep my mouth shut.
Hearta, forgive me, but I'm not entirely sure I know what you do.
You were a bit distracted in the fight earlier, that's fine. I was
yeah.
thinking that I would probably go with Violetta to do more research on wytchstones.
Okay, well, yeah, if that's where you feel your strength are, you do that.
The more magical knowledge that we have, the better, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Well, I ask you to keep your heads down. If you go out and scout out the thing, maybe we can get to Alex within 2-3 days and get her out. Depending on what information you bring back, we'll go from there. I, on the other hand, and he kind of lays back down, I'm going back to sleep and hopefully feeling better in the morning.
Before you sleep, I have one question that I want everyone to answer for me.
Sure.
When are we doing this?
Well, if I'm honest,
We need.
honestly, within 3 days maximum, earlier if
Why
possible.
3 days?
Well, Ronald said that the longer she's with this brood mother, the more she's being tortured, and the more likelihood that she's gonna turn. So the sooner we get to her, the better. Or at least that's the way I saw it. And if the fight's in a week, and I'm supposed to fight her, well...
Are you going to be fully recovered in
I'll be fine.
3 days?
I'll be fine.
All right. Well, we will need to research as fast as we can then, Violetta.
Keep in mind, you can do a lot of research topside as well. It doesn't all have to be done now.
I need to go
No,
topside, yes.
That was the point. I don't think we're going to find a magical repository of knowledge down here.
Okay.
I know a couple of people here and there.
Do you think you can
Why
get
did
out the
you never do
city
that?
okay?
Do you think we can get back to the city okay?
Yeah, well, on your own. You have to go back through the city up to topside.
Of the two of us, Scythian, I was still able to walk relatively well.
Okay. No, okay, if you're confident. And while you're up there, hey, maybe if you can get a few more swords, that'd be great.
That's why I was asking you about your order.
Well, I didn't know that.
There is too much tension. We're just trying to survive. If you feel frustrated by something someone says, ignore your frustrations and just focus on existing and living. Hearta and Violetta, you're going to the surface. Fantastic. With your judgment. Arthur, whatever you do, I'm sure you'll be good at it. Scythian, your only focus is not to die. I will go outside and see if I can figure out where Alex is being held.
Thank you, Skarut. Okay,
And
brilliant.
Skarut,
Yes.
did you have any particular frustrations you wanted to voice?
I'm very confused how the one who gets paid to kill people seems to be the one most concerned about preserving life. And then I'm going to go outside.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be back. I'm going to look around.
All right. Well, we also did hit that 20 retweet target, which means we have hit a wild magic surge. I'm just going to roll a d6 to see who is affected. 1 being me, 6 being Gabe. And it is a 4, so that will go to Angie and Herta. So if you could roll me a 1d10,000, please, Angie.
I wanted to deny it so bad. So it's died 10,000?
Yes. Oh, sorry. It'd be / die 1d10,000.
Oh, thank you. I was like, 6242.
6242. Let's see.
Seems fortuitous.
You need to re-roll that one. That one doesn't apply.
Dang it! 1995. That was a good year. I was 6 years old.
Huh. Okay, so in this strange lighting, as this tension seems to reach a point, the candle flickers in here, and for a moment, Herta's face appears as though it was sculpted from cold, hard wax.
Gross.
Wow.
Did anyone know? Anyone? All right, just me.
What? What?
No, it's fine.
What?
It's fine.
Why are you all
dust, isn't it?
staring?
You had something on your face. It's gone now. It's all right.
Oh, has it?
Hashtag intrigue.
Hashtag Betrayal of Heartholm. Okay, so as Skarut heads outside, where are you going to, Skarut?
I'm going to go up a building and go...
Yeah, I forgot that's how you summon Rafty. Okay, so you clamber up a building. I would like a let's see what kind of check you can do to see if you fall and die. Coordination?
Yeah, I'm down.
Let's do it.
44. You know what? I don't care. I'm gonna start off and I'm gonna use mine because I'm not trying to die. Just gonna talk to a stupid rat man. That's
You think
a
I was gonna use a
17.
reroll on Arthur?
Okay, so that is a 17. Yeah, you very swiftly clamber up this building, and it's like a 4-stack. And usually in like Heartholm, that would just be like 4 floors, 4 stories. This is like literally 4 little shacks just stacked on top of each other, and it's wobbly. It is precarious. It's buttressed by like 300 little poles in the bottom to keep this thing upright. But you manage to clamber up to the top, Skarut. And you're there for a moment, and you barely even hear anything except the light of feet behind you as Rathu is there in like the 3-point hero's landing, his little rat ninja mask across his face as he pulls it down. You cold?
All right. I'm intrigued. So, you want clearly to end the overthrow of your rightful queen, correct?
Yeah.
Would you also like to preserve the existence of your city?
I mean, ideally, yeah.
There is someone, your new champion,
Yeah.
a member of the order above, wants her.
Oh, is that right?
Is she... She's not still normal, correct? The wytchstone has blessed her already.
Well, it's kind of starting to make its way in. They're just starting the initial concoctions, you see. You got to kind of break them a bit first.
I'm trying to figure out how much time I have to dissuade him. Right now, he's convinced she's okay, so I was trying to say that she's probably too far gone to save.
I'd say you've got maybe 3 or 4 days total before she's completely gone, and then that's when they start chopping the limbs off and start improving her.
So if I was able to make him wait maybe 6 days, it'd be too far gone for him to do anything.
Oh yeah, she's probably got about 6 heads by that point.
Good. Okay. I think I may be able to preserve the secret of Heartholm, as well as dissuade any unnecessary fleshy's approach.
That's really good. That's really good, Skarut, because, you know, it would be terrible if something happened to your sister.
You know that you say things that are not threats, but if I bring you information and you share information that gives you leeway, that's not how you make connections. Don't
Maybe for
threaten me.
flashes.
Well, I sadly, for your beautiful life, am a fleshy. And if you're going to work with me, don't treat me like an idiot.
And he holds out his little ratty paws with, all right, no offense, mate.
You disappoint me, Arthur.
Yeah, well, I've heard that a lot in my life, honestly.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna walk away.
You hear a sad little jump as Rathu disappears into the darkness.
All right, that's all I needed to know. Cool. And I'm slowly making my way back to the rest of them.
Okay.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
How audible was that cacaw?
How far away did you go, Skarut?
Not very far, probably like a block, and then it was up.
So make me an awareness test, Violetta. This is going to be hard at minus 20%, as it is like a block away.
Yep. Yikes, TM. One day I will know where everything lives on here. Okay, great. Let's do the thing. That is a success.
Okay, so you hear quite faintly, but you hear it, the caw, which is very familiar to you.
I make a mental note, that's all.
Okay. So Skarut is out and networking with Rathu. What are the rest of you up to? Beyond Scythian going back to sleep.
Sleep.
I think when... Sorry, do you want to go ahead,
No, you go.
I was going to say, how far away was the bit I walked to with Ronald the Zeds are Silent?
It was like a good couple of blocks away. The pit is like the center of the city, and you folks have been staying like on the outskirts in an abandoned house.
Did I? Because I know when I went down to the pits, it was kind of when we met the doctor. It was kind of like a marketplace, wasn't it? There was lots of tools.
Yeah.
Tools and stuff there. I think I want to head down there
Okay.
for S's and G's.
All right. Okay. So you head down to this marketplace, and it is bustling with life. You have skazak of all kinds wandering around. It's very much like a British market on market day. You know, you've got like people hawking their wares. There's skazak selling rags for clothes. They're selling fabrics. They're selling like food that has been scavenged from above, in like punnets of strawberries, you know, like it's like a marketplace. There's just shouting and there's haggling and bargaining. There's all sorts here.
Okay, so Arthur will just sort of soak it all in. I could be like, this feels like home. And he'll sort of take in that buzz of the crowd. I don't even know why I'm doing this, but we'll see how it plays out. I want to look around for a stall that's kind of quite in the hustle and bustle of it all.
Mm-hmm.
But that looks like it's got the dopiest rap possible on it.
Okay.
So somebody who's selling stuff has wares to sell, but like is right in the middle of the crowd, as it were. And he'll just sort of walk over and start perusing the goods at this stall.
Okay, I have a question for you. Are you in disguise, or are you Arthur?
I'm trying to remember what we looked like when I went down with Ronald.
But because I'll say this is like...
Fatberg?
No, he was a fatberg to begin with, and then tried to disguise himself as a rat. And then that was like real bad. But I will allow you another chance to disguise yourself. If you can go out again, I will let you re-roll. Because you're like, that didn't really work last time. Let's try again.
Yeah, he would have tried, I think, to at least hide the fact that he's a fleshy, even if he doesn't look exactly like a rat creature.
Is there a chance to like help? To like maybe increase the chances of
You
success?
can only really help if it's a skill that you have. So if you're using disguise, I don't believe the rest of you have that skill.
No.
I mean, I am looking for 72 or under, so...
I mean, yeah.
I hope so. The odds are in my favor, but let's find out.
Use
They
a
weren't
reroll
last
if
time.
it's fucky.
Oh, that'll do.
Woo!
Good job, Jay. You did it. An 8.
Yay!
Okay, so you are busying yourself away making this disguise, and it's so good that when Ronald the Zeds are Silent comes back out from making his posters, he sees you and immediately drops them, and he's like, "Oh, who the fuck are you?"
Ronald, it's me. I'll lift back, but like it's me, innit? It's Arthur still.
Oh,
All right,
okay, yeah, all right.
It's just a fluff, innit?
Yeah, you got me there. you got me.
Right, I'm just off down the market. Does anyone want me to pick up anything? We got milk, can we? All right.
Got milk. Okay, so you head down to the market. Right, I need some help deciding what's on this stall. So does anybody have an idea what this dopey rat could be selling on this stall?
I want something that says not goat milk.
not goat milk. Love
There
it.
is totally like twisted silverware and shit.
Mm-hmm. It's like knockoff designer gear.
Oh my god, yes.
I like it. So I love that it just says it's not goat milk. It doesn't say what it is. It's just whatever it is.
It's just not goat milk.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So yeah, I think Arthur will like, he'll like pick a bit up off the and I want by the way, the disguise was like not exactly rat, but just a little bit enough that they wouldn't question it, but looking exotic as it were. So it'd be like picking a bit up and having a look at it. I'm like, oh, that's quite nice. That is, I could do with one of those, and sort of trying to be obvious enough to catch the eye of the trader as you just sort of hold something up to a lantern, just like, oh, I've seen one of those in. All right, that's quite nice. Put that down there.
You see this trader who is quite a hefty looking little skazak who's sat there, and they have a magazine that they're reading, and it's like the rat version of like Hello magazine, right? And it's got the gossip on the front, like my mother ran away with a cat, that kind of just nonsense on the front.
Get your brood mother body in 5 easy steps.
Please tell me there's an ask. What are those in the magazines? Ask an expert on this sexual.
Oh, God,
yeah.
There's an agony rat column. Yeah. And
please tell me there's also like a rat Cosmo on here, because like you can't have a magazine rat without a rat Cosmo.
There's 100% a rat Cosmo. How to spice up that.
Blow his mind with his tail by this, blah blah blah. Like
100%. 101 surprising uses for a prehensile tail. And the skazak sort of Rosmo, yes, Gabe, kind of sees you come in, Arthur, and you're doing your whole like inspecting the goods. No, we're not invoking that. And they look down over the top of the magazine. I have to not look at green room chat. They're misbehaving. And eyes you up and down, Arthur, but doesn't say anything. They're watching you.
So I think he'll put the latest thing down and just look over and go, "Oh, is that?" And I'll have clocked the title on the front. I'll be like, "Oh, is that the latest issue of Rosmo?"
Sorry. The rat puts it down and goes, "Yeah, it is." And I'm not doing a rat voice because I'll die.
You're a man of good taste, my friend.
I think I am. Yep.
Not many stalls out here that have got such fineries as I find on your table. You must have quite the eye for a bargain.
Sure do. Rat puts amazing roods. And it's a really shittily made sign that's like letters are backwards and a lot.
Oh God.
Do you like the do you like the sign?
Well, now you see, I'm something of a trader myself. If I'm honest, yeah. I'm quite well known from my lands as a purveyor of all goods, magic and mystical. And I was looking around. I saw your sign. I thought that right there, that is the man creature that I need to go and have a word with. These other muppets around here. Don't know what they're doing, do they?
Don't have a clue. Don't have a clue. See, I went to 3 years of ratness school.
I thought so. Got branding, haven't you? USP. Smart that is. Smart that is. So that's why, of all of these traders, I've picked out you to come and have a little chat with.
Okay. We got a little chinwag, little business deal, little bit of a.
Now, between you and me, all right, I got to travel exotic worlds out there, so I'm only here for a couple of days. But one time deal, I got some goods I need to shift, and I think you might be the man. Hang on a minute, and I'll go into my shitty bag of everything, and I'm just pulling out like a just a shit box. It's just an old empty bit of cat from my bag, but I'll be like, hang on, I gotta be, hang on. All right, hang on. Here she is. Look at that. Look at it. All right, don't touch it. All right, I've had the training. All right, take it in. All right, don't hang on. No, not too excited. All right, because if the others clock this, all right.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Look it over. All right, now what I've got here. All right, simple trade deal for you. All right, you can have this. And I'll have something of much lower value in return, because to be honest, I'm desperate. I'm traveling. I just got to shift this, and I need a favor. All right. This is the magical box of Altair. All right. Got to make sure you hit the K on the end, otherwise it's completely different.
With that.
Yeah, Altair. All right. It's foreign language, isn't it? Right. Now inside here is the power of 1,000 gods. Box. All right. Trust me, and it's all the good ones as well, right? None of them shit gods like the god of goats or grass, right? I'm talking lightning, brimstone, fires, plague, ultimate power. All right. Now, do you want it? You can have it.
How much? What for?
This is the thing, right? I understood. I'm new to your culture down here. I understand you tend to not deal in sort of monetary value, right? But you trade in favours.
Yeah.
You can have the power of 1,000 gods. And all I ask is, if I'm down here and I find myself in need of a favour with me and my little group I got with me, I can come to you. You're my man down here. That's it. A favour for 1,000 gods.
And he scratches his little ratty chin, twirls his little ratty mustache, which I've just decided he has. And I would like you to make me a guile test, as you are trying to lie to this poor little fella. We'll see if he buys it first, and then we'll do a bargain test.
So, where is my guile? So this, where is it? Yeah, guile. So 42, 52, 62. This is another 72 from my target.
Okay.
But I can flip these, which I will.
I think you should, for another 8, which is considered a critical success, as it's flipped to succeed. And as you're, displaying this box to him in like the most car salesman-esque manner that you can, his eyes are just huge, and his little hands are like this, almost like to his face as he's looking at it. He buys it 100%. He's all in on this being a box of 1,000 gods, and he's very reverent of it. And he takes a moment to think about it. I would also like you to make me a bargain check to see if, despite this great thing, it's under fellowship.
So I don't have anything for bargain, so I'll just be a straight 42. Let me just double check. Yeah, so just a straight 42. Yeah. I'm gonna oh no, I can't use one of my crit successes now. I'm gonna use a reroll token.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
Okay. So, Ratput. Ratput's amazing words, whatever it was I said. Looks at this box. And he goes, 2 things. I want the box. Now I want a
All right.
favor from you.
Oh, well, that's not a problem. Favour gets thrown in as standard from my business. I tell you what, hang on. All right, because I mean, you'd think less of me, wouldn't you, if I didn't try and drive an hard bargain?
Right. It's day 2 of Ratner school, is that? Yep.
Exactly. I can't give it all away for nothing. All right. So how about we do? I'll give you the box of 1,000 gods. I'll give you a favour from me, which, let's be honest, is pretty valuable. Look at the stuff I cart around. All right. From you, all I want is a favour, and just that copy of Rosmo. I'm so behind.
Counter offer, day 3 of Ratner school. Box 1,000 gods. Favor. We look into franchising.
Oh,
And I will give you the favor and my copy of Rosmo.
You read my mind. All right. Imagine it. Ratnatorium's Ratness, Rat-a-tat-tat, subsidiary of Arthur Smith Gold Old Holdings. So, how's that sound? All right, and then you get a percentage of my business up top, don't you? We'll be millionaires. Sorted.
I like the twitch of your tail.
I mean, I don't. Yeah, that. Done.
And
there we go.
And you shake on it. And he very delicately takes the box of 1,000 gods from you, basically throws the copy of Rosmo at you, and he looks at you and he says, "Till next time, partner."
And I'll be walking away and like shoot that back to him, and I'll just shout, "Oh, and the rule, all right, with the box, for the love of all 1,000 gods, don't open it until that day. All right, you'll know the day when it happens, but not
What
a day
day?
before. You'll know. You'll know. Don't touch it till then."
Okay, and you hear like this panicked from the stall as you walk away. Okay, is there anything else that you would like to do whilst you are out and about?
No, that'll be all good. I'll hot tail it back to the abandoned house.
Right. So, Violetta and Hearta, are you up to anything?
I imagine we're probably just sitting here discussing where we can get information about the wytchstone and maybe thinking about heading out. I don't know. What do you think, Quinn?
Skarut isn't back yet, right?
No.
Not yet. He can be on his way.
Okay.
Oh, we're
I'll
waiting
just
for
turn-
everybody to rejoin.
I just
Yeah,
have a
beautiful.
question for Skarut.
Well, now I'm curious.
Well, curious is good. And I'll slip out the door.
I mean, I follow.
And I'll look back and say, not that kind of curious, darling.
What? Look, I don't want to be alone down here. Wow, wrong accent. I don't want to be alone down here.
I mean, you've got Scythian.
He's asleep. He doesn't count.
Well, you could take a nap as well.
What are you going to do?
Nothing important to you.
Scrutinize that. Fucking I'm re-rolling.
Oh,
I've even rolled.
Fuck me!
you don't even need to. Hearta is like squinting at you, and despite the fact that your voice raised 6 octaves when you said nothing, she doesn't seem to pick anything up.
It is at that moment that I, strategically adjust my blouse. So I'd like to think that that's how I distract you. Just
yeah.
Just give me a minute, and then we'll figure out how to get back to the surface easiest, and then I have a couple of people we should probably call on.
Alright, I guess I will stand guard over Scythian then.
Yes, exactly that. That is what I intended to say for you to do originally. Mm-hmm.
So she'll walk back into the room and then try to be sneaky and follow.
Okay.
I will be aware.
I'm gonna use a crit success because fuck it.
Okay. So Hearta heads back inside, and Violetta, are you going to take a moment to see if she's okay? So roll me an awareness test.
Okay, but I also would take a moment to see if she attempts to follow because I'm not.
Look for the metaphorical neck curtain twitch.
Yes. Awareness test. That's a success.
Okay, at a 26, you are able to pick up on Skarut as he's heading back. You do not detect Hearta.
Okay. So I will try to catch up to Skarut.
Skarut is on his way back now after having had his little sneaky rendezvous.
Fancy meeting you out here.
Why are you outside? This is not going up.
How's your friend?
I have not seen... Wait, Rzzonald? I'm not sure.
You know, your friend.
I don't speak sign language, I don't understand.
The one you just called for. And spoke to, probably, I'm assuming.
You're speaking in circles again, and it's that thing that Arthur does, and I don't like it. What are you asking?
You're working with someone else? Who isn't Ronald the Zeds are silent?
Okay, I think I'm understanding. Are you referring to a weird tiny rat person?
Blue eyes?
Yes.
Yes.
Why didn't you say that?
Because I assumed you would sort of pick up what I was saying, considering it's a sneaky thing to do, just speak sneakily, but I'm realizing very rapidly that you don't. That's fine. We can work on it.
Why do I need to speak sneakily if I do things and it doesn't involve speaking? Plus,
because what you've done wasn't very sneaky, clearly, because I am aware of it, so.
So? What's that?
So you're working... So what's your end goal, Skarut, if you're not actually?
Lying.
Which side are you playing?
Survival. Why do you know this rat person? Because that doesn't make you any more innocent than me.
Frankly, I was accosted on my way in here since I made my way in by myself.
Did you pause because there was an emphasis of guilt? Because I felt nothing. I respect you, and I will treat you with compassion, but you have the same airy, clever notions that Arthur does, except Arthur usually just tells me things straightforward. I would rather you be honest with me, or if you have a problem, then to say it. But it's always so clever, and then you wink, and then I'm very confused, and I don't know if you're flirting with me, but then apparently you flirt with wives. I literally can't. It's like reading a book, but then you accidentally started on chapter 12, and there is no chapters before that. I need a synopsis.
I didn't rule you out as a possibility yet, if that's one thing you were concerned about. But my main concern is, are you working with a certain friend? Or...
No. Are you?
I'm not really working with anyone quite yet. I'm also concerned with survival, just a very different type of survival, I think.
What do you mean, a different type of survival?
A light cigarette.
No, I swat it away. We're in the Red City.
Skrzat can smoke, can't they?
I don't know. I don't know anything about them.
I assume that they smoke. I'm going to smoke a cigarette. Listen.
Yes.
I know you're friends with Arthur. I know you're associated with Arthur.
Yes.
I am also technically associated with Arthur in that we have been in the same room together multiple times. You've also been in the room, Screwed. It's been this. This is where we met, yes. Anyway. Here's the thing, Screwed. The thing I'm concerned about, speaking frankly, and as a person of honor, questionable honor, but honor nonetheless, I would like my hands on that wytchstone for simple research purposes, not to sell it to the highest bidder who might do some terrible harm.
Do you believe in demons?
Yes. Do you?
You made weird faces when they brought them up earlier. Are you going to use the wytchstone for magic?
I'm going to research it.
That's not what I asked you.
Wytchstones are only used for magic, really.
So, yes?
I would like to see if they can be used for other things.
We're going to do a trust exercise. Ready? Are you going to use the wytchstone for magic of your own choices?
Of my own choices? Yes.
Yeah. Okay, then
Will
fine.
they be
I don't care.
dangerous to others? No.
I didn't care about that. I just wanted you to be honest about my question.
Great.
Fuck everything else. Yeah, okay, sure. I don't want it.
Help me get my hands on it.
What do I get?
What do you want?
The Phyllis pistol or the demon dog?
I can help with one of those.
Not even gonna ask which one. Okay. I went to go talk to the rat because now I know that it's going to be within 3 to 4, probably 4 days when Alex is irretrievable. If we waited a week, she would be far gone.
I mean, I assumed that. And since we're being honest, Screwed, I don't really give a fuck about Alex. I mean, maybe I give a mild fuck about Alex. I haven't really seen her yet.
I am... Oh, also, the rat brought up my family. Didn't like that. Bad. Bad.
You have a family.
It's, what's that word Arthur says all the time? Complicated. No, that's Hearta. Hearta says that. She says lots of weird things.
She's all right. Probably.
She reads dots in the sky.
And
what?
You want a demon dog as a pet, so...
That's functional!
So is what she does. She might not be very good at it all the time, but who is?
She said she lives in a hut that she made and could fall down.
I said she was all right, not necessarily smart or screwed.
Okay, fair enough. Arthur's,
Tell me the wytchstone.
Yeah, okay. Arthur's okay. He's a little
The only side Arthur's. Remember that.
Arthur is a bomb that has its own fuse, but you don't know which direction it's going to blow in. So no matter what, it could be dangerous and still a lot of fun.
Until it's suddenly not very fun and he leaves you high and dry somewhere.
I stab him. I'm faster than him.
I appreciate that.
I pull out 3 doses of Folksbane and then my garrote in the other hand. But I like him for now.
You're your own type of bomb,
Hearta's
probably.
just taking notes.
Just like, need to warn people about this and this.
Actually, I relatively like everyone here, but also I don't understand how I am the one most concerned about the self-preservation of a society. I'm the murderer.
I thought you were the
I'm good
burglar.
at it.
You haven't done any murdering in my presence. I'm offended I haven't gotten to see you work.
That's because you're watching.
Doesn't that make it a little more fun?
Let's go back. Let's just go. let's go back to He kind of like stops and like ups and downs.
Yeah, we're gonna book it back before they get back.
Okay. So, Hearta, you make it back a couple of seconds before Skrewt and Violetta do. At this point, Arthur is probably on his way back too from his very successful trade in the market. So you sort of reconvene. And Scythian is having very pleasant dreams that he's not actually having because he's out cold with laudanum.
Hello, you two. Yeah, are you having a nice chat?
Yes. Apparently, I'm not completely off Violetta's list.
List?
Sex list.
What, like sex lit? I don't. What's one of those? Is that like a shopping list?
That really shocks me, actually.
What?
Arthur,
Yes. Wait.
do
What?
you have a partner?
I don't want to talk about it.
That is something I've never heard you say in my life.
Let's just move on.
It's true.
all right?
You love to talk, Arthur.
I love to talk about things that are important and make me money. Let's just move on.
Oh, but what about things that are close to your heart, Arthur?
Well,
Any
they're
of
close to my
those?
heart, not close to my mouth.
Wait. Oh, misunderstood.
Yeah, not like that.
Misunderstood.
All right.
Hi, Hearta. Hearta, did you have a partner?
In what sense?
Someone who.
I don't have a business partner, if that's what you're talking about.
I kind of elbow Skrewt and just gesture towards Hearta. Not off it either.
I kind of like.
I think Hearta would be trying to
Parade
keep like
over
a
the-
confused face, even though I think she knows what
I
Hearta's
lean
talking
over?
about, or Hearta, what Violetta's talking about.
I think
Violetta
Violetta is saying your butt is nice.
Was that to me?
Yes.
Right. Yes.
I'm sorry. Is this like a membership thing? Like, is there a form? Have I missed? Like, is there fees due? I don't know.
This is out of character, but I really wanted to say you must be this tall to rise.
I was thinking it. Thank you so much for saying it.
Just hate it against the poor halfling.
Arthur,
Sorry, I've got stilts.
Arthur, they're talking about romantic, or just not even carnal engagements.
Carnal engagements. Is that like the fair?
She's just gonna do this to him.
Oh, stabbing.
Yes, that's what.
It's not always
right.
that.
I mean, it's
That's
a form of
frequent.
stabbing, I guess.
It's not
Right.
often that necessarily.
Ugh.
Right. I mean, that's all a bit above me, literally. Let's maybe focus, kids. All right.
Um.
I've just had a very
However, you met
Betrayal of
Scythian's
Heartholm.
wife, didn't you?
So did you. We met her at the same time.
Yeah, she was rather attractive, don't you think?
Oh God, that's right. Scythian has a family.
Yeah, a wife.
From what I understand. She was very.
She was
good-looking,
very
I think,
friendly.
yeah.
She very
She was
much
very
wanted
sweet,
us to
yes.
come over for dinner, was it?
Yes.
Do it, Quinn. Do it, coward. Say it.
Susie said it. Susie's GM. You gotta listen.
I mean, we
I
could always
think
change it to high tea.
I just think we should get her husband back to her and prepare for the coming days.
I mean, we'll be
Yeah.
on the surface anyway, and Scythian's a bit heavy to move, don't you think? And he'll have to sleep off the laudanum.
I'm gonna like go pick up Scythian and like lean him up a little bit, and like do that like puppeteering thing with someone's mouth. See, we are actually friends. We
Oh my
just
God, if we
needed
get it,
to
Bernie's.
smile.
Screw it. Would you stop doing that to my
Oh
face,
God, I
please?
didn't think you were awake.
Ah. I'm not comatose, you idiot. Ugh.
I don't know. I'm used to people when they're laying down, they don't move again.
Yeah, I'm sure. Why you all still here?
Yes, we've been here the whole time. We just wanted to make sure you were okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's not true. I went to the market.
I thought you were fucking idiot.
What?
We were lying.
Oh, I thought you'd have seen me walk out. I'm like, I know I'm little. Why can't he know I went to the market?
Did you
I
find
wait,
anything?
you went to the
good
market?
Did
I mean,
you
yeah.
find anything good in the market?
Well, hang on. Has nobody noticed I've been missing for an hour and a fucking half? Jeez, right.
I'm afraid I've been asleep.
I was too busy reading cards and staring at dots in the sky that are not actually here.
I'm scrutinizing that because that's some nonsense. That's a roof. You're lying now. That's what it's shifty. That's a fail like hell. Can you see them through?
It's star power, Skarut. Star power.
Can I scrutinize and see if I pick up on the fact that she overheard that conversation?
Do it.
Bully for me. Let's see. I would like to use a reroll.
Do it.
Oh my god, will this be the first time that Hearta actually gets away with something? Fuck.
That's
Probably
a
not.
success.
Fuck. Do I need to roll like a guile check or something?
Yes, you do. Roll me guile.
Ooh.
See how well you lie.
I need a 52 in this.
Oof. She's very hard to read, Violetta. Very hard to read.
It's that vacant expression, you just can't get past it.
Sorry, I don't. know
Sorry,
what's
Gabe
happening.
dancing in the background.
I'm just. This is the happiest moment we've had in this game in a long time. It's not gonna last, but I'm gonna enjoy it while we have it.
I realize I can't read her, and I wink.
So
the
back
weirdest
to
like wink back.
back to Arthur. Did you find anything in the market?
Yes, I did, in fact. And he'll go into his little jacket. He'll pull out the copy of Rosmo. I think he'll toss it to Skarut. All right. There you go, fella. There's a quiz on page 6 for you. It'll be very illuminating.
Interesting.
But
Using not goat milk as lubricant.
it's great. It tells you what kind of goat milk you are. It's a personality test. But also, I've how can I put it? If we find ourselves on a sticky wicket, I've negotiated a favour down on the market.
A fainting goat.
Oh. Well, nice one, Arthur. That could come in handy. What did you have to give him?
Oh, just a piece of shit I had in my bag. They're stupid as hell down there.
Oh, even better.
Honestly, I could rinse this place. Do we really have to burn it all to the ground?
I mean,
Well, I
Skarut
mean-
doesn't want to.
I mean,
Not
you can
really.
rinse it before we do, Arthur, if you want to. You're more than welcome.
Actually,
It's
Scythian,
not too bad.
I found out something interesting. There is you know what, Hearta, I look at you and then make like a writing gesture.
Do you want me to take notes?
Yes. And then I'm like gesturing at you like, no, give me something to write on.
I would assume that she would understand that. I guess. So she'll just like pull out her notebook and like rip out a page from the back and hand it over.
Okay,
And
so
then,
I'm
like,
gonna write on
well-
it. I think there's a rat listening. We have 4 days before Alex is too far gone. I did explore it, and I'm gonna walk around and pass it amongst everyone. I did explore a little bit, and you know, I think a week is the perfect amount of time to wait. Then we can really have the fight and have a wonderful time. Don't you all? Plus, then we can properly prepare. If we don't need a group, we can do it ourselves.
Siphon of nod.
Right.
Deal.
Deal.
I mean, I think I'll need the week anyway to fully recover. I think that's a good idea.
And then you see Skarut like bite his tongue a little bit. And you know what? You don't need Ronald that much anyways. And there's obviously like him like making a pain expression in his face when he's speaking.
I am gonna make a roll.
Don't you dare, Susie. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Which rat is listening?
I think I might have to make a roll as well.
Noted.
That's all you
Can't
hear in the
deal
distance.
with Ronald's broken heart. I can't. I would rather exterminate the top side than have his heart broken.
Susie, what does a crying Skurzak sound like?
You might find out.
Don't you dare. Oh God. Dare. Is this the betrayal at Rat-volution?
You're getting your wish, Gabe.
Not this way.
Not like this. Anyway,
Ugh.
Continue.
So, in a week, we will come back and execute the rat-volution.
I think that's the best plan.
I think Arthur is looking incredibly uncomfortable, and I want to roll something.
Mm-hmm.
In short, like what's going on in Arthur's head right now is he is not comfortable with the note that Skarut passed round. But given the situation he is in and the peer pressure and that they could all kill him, he's feeling forced to not say anything at this point. So I basically want to roll a deception to see if I actually manage to hold my tongue.
Hold that in. All right, go for it.
Scythian. And Scythian is a lower class than me.
Oh God.
So it's that 72 again. So let's see if I keep my mouth shut. All right. I look incredibly uncomfortable, but I don't say anything yet.
So you do look uncomfortable though.
I sort of read the note, and you see my the whole demeanor just weight shift, and
Arthur, my friend, is it? Do you need more time to prepare yourself? What is wrong?
no, it's fine. I mean, expediency is key, right, in business. Do we need to really wait a week? I mean, the time is of the essence, isn't it?
It is, but if we go in falsely prepared, then we would die.
Yeah, all right, as I suppose. I mean, I'll take the lead of the fighters amongst the clan.
Arthur, I don't want you to die. We should probably put our strongest first.
No, that's true. I mean, we came down here for Alex. All right? That's all I'm saying.
So
did?
you're saying we should focus on Alex and nothing else?
I'm saying we should be quicker than maybe we're talking about.
But
You know,
when
we
we
can-
acted... Good.
We can discuss that up top, actually.
That's true.
I mean, we're not doing anything today, so we could go up top and get a couple of drinks and discuss our plan further.
Yeah, a bit, or a bit of air and a pint. I wouldn't
Might
say
clear
no.
our heads.
Well, clear it and then fill it up with alcohol, but yeah, all right.
Exactly. Yes. Just kind of giving like a pointed look to Skarut, like, I hope this is what you had in mind. Just kind of the whole not talking about it here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so does that mean that Hearta, Violetta, Arthur, and Skrut are heading up to the surface?
With Scythian in tow?
Can we
Is
take
Scythian you coming up? Or are you resting up Scythian?
Scythian's staying where he is. He needs rest.
We can carry you up.
No, he's staying where he is.
Well, I mean, look, we shouldn't leave him alone. We'll be all right here. I'll keep him company. Me and Ronald, the Zeds are silent. I
No,
don't
Arthur,
mind.
you should... You
I'll
should
be
go,
here. He'll
Arthur.
be all right. I mean, I could look
What?
after him. I could change the bandages and stuff.
What?
Where the
Did you
heck did
forget
you
I
come
was-
from?
I've been here the whole time. Well, not the
Where'd
whole
you left?
time. I did pop out for a bit, but then I came back in. Look, just because I'm shorter than you, just because it happened to Arthur as well, because we're little, you didn't see us. You're too busy
Arthur,
talking.
You should go up. You're the one that is the
Fist bump,
hero.
Ronald.
You're the hero, Arthur. They know you up there. You are the face of the people.
Yeah, I suppose that's true, innit? I get a free drink and that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've heard that maybe you're going to be on the cover of the next Rzzonald, the halfling hero of Heartholm, and then you can be the rattling hero of Ratholm, maybe, if you know, when we do the rat-volution.
I would like to be double heroes. That's double the discounted price,
Yeah.
market trade percentage. Yeah, that sounds delightful.
And double the beer, yeah, because you get all the Skazak buying your beers, and then you get the fleshies buying your beers. And let me tell you, Skazak beer, way better than that fleshy beer stuff. That stuff's horrible.
Is that why, like, your throat's a little gay?
Yeah,
Beer.
and well, I've been on 20 fags a day since I was 1.
Oh, that'll do it, won't it? I'm a
Yeah.
cigars man myself. Just one a night in front of the fireplace.
Ah, right, yeah.
Just for clarification there, fags in the UK means cigarettes. He's a Cockney rat, just as a clarification.
Yeah. So, well, look, I think we should stick with what we're originally doing with Violetta and Hearta going up and Arthur Skrut staying here. I think we should stick with what we've been planned.
That's fair.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you can do your stuff up there, and then we'll be ready right down here. We'll get the lads down here preparing things.
Yeah. Ronald, the Zeds are silent.
Yeah.
Could you do me a favor and assist these two quietly out of the city? You know the city better than we do.
Of course, I can do it.
Thank you. Good luck, you two. We'll see you in a day or two.
Good luck to you 3, 4.
You see little Ronald counting is like 1, 2, 3.
All right, let's go. You got everything you need?
I kind of, as we leave, I want to bump into Skrut, kind of meaningfully, and hope that he picks up on the fact that I expect to see him on the surface at some point. But if he doesn't, that's fine.
Good luck.
I mean, Arthur knows that I'm gonna see him because I have to return his clothes. So.
Contract.
It's in the fine print.
Yeah.
As you leave, I like add in +1 additional day.
Yeah.
In case, like, cleaning fee. Yeah.
Charge. Yeah. When they go, Siphon's gonna turn to Screw and Arthur. So you both know what you gotta do. Yeah.
Yes,
All right.
I think
great.
so.
I've been thinking. I don't think it'll be a good idea if, at least while I'm recovering, for me to be left alone here. You know, it makes sense when I'm asleep. Someone's looking over me, so I'd be
No, it's
greatly
fair.
appreciate it if at least one of you stay.
Well, I mean, I'm not you, Screw. I can't jump buildings in a single bound and disappear into the night. I mean, none of you saw me leave. That's the point. But I can't. I'm not really the stealthy one. It's got to be said. And you're more the like stabby if you get into trouble. The market trick was, well, it was dicey enough.
I mean, in all fairness, Arthur, the disguise looks pretty good.
It's not bad, is it? I was going for like exotic fleshling meets rat couture, that sort of.
Yeah, I
standpoint.
mean, I can see it. I can see it. Yeah, I think you nailed it.
Fits on the runway and down the shops. That kind of, easy living fashion.
Yeah. Maybe you could, from the market, maybe get some more clothes for more disguises for all of us. I mean, because eventually we're gonna have to walk through the city at some point, and could be handy.
I mean, I can try. They don't take money down here, from what I can tell. I mean, I've got. Yeah, I was looking in his bag. I got some stuff I can try and trade, but otherwise, I'm gonna be offering out a lot of favors that might get called in the week we're here.
I don't suppose you could try and salvage something, or maybe Skarut find something on his journeys.
I mean, I can do a lot with a little. So if you stumble upon anything.
Just something to keep a thought about, Skarut, once you're out there.
I can do that.
Breathable fabrics. Yeah, all right. We don't want anything clothed in. Not nice polyester, cotton if they got it.
Something that'll make us fit in.
We want the previous owners to be alive. Yes.
What? I can't hear what?
I mean, if you find them, you find them, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, I am actually going to rest now, because I've been trying to rest for the past hour and a half. People keep disrupting me and playing with my face. So, I will really now fall asleep. Thank you.
I'm going to take the piece of paper and I'm going to go up to Ronald. How tall is Ronald?
Ronald is like... See, my concept of height is incredibly skewed because I'm tall. I would say he's like 3.5 to 4 feet. Is between that sort of height.
Okay. So I'm gonna lean down a little bit and put my hand on Ronald's shoulder. Ronald, in 1 week, the revolution begins. And I'm going to put the piece of paper in front of his face.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta hope he can read English.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that was the question. I was
thinking that too.
Your language.
I believe he's a well-educated.
I'm gonna roll a test for him.
Oh no!
Let's just use a general intelligence check.
Is he a well-educated?
Oh, Ronald is so smart.
That's my boy.
He reads it, and his eyes narrow, and he nods and looks at you.
And Ronald, if there are any others, please let me know.
All right, I will.
And he does a very elaborate wink at you.
You're so good.
And then he turns to Violetta and Hearta and he says, "All right, you two.
It's time to go. Revolution. To the surface. Then revolution."
Just before he leaves, because you know
What?
Ronald is our gemstone. I'll see him like read the note and clock that he can read. Ronald, Zed's is silent. You know, like moving around the city and whatnot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you use like symbols and signs for like, you know, positions of power and authority? You know, like you get to a big cave hole and you're like, oh look, it's this symbol. I can come in. I've got permission. I'm the best rat clan. Any of that going on down here?
Well, typically, no, we don't, because if you go somewhere you're not supposed to, then you just get fucking killed.
Well, yeah, that's true. So I didn't know if you had like a bit of, you know, a bit of rock that said, I'm allowed to be here, or is it all just based on clans?
It's kind of all on the clan thing.
Yeah, all right.
And because we're all technically brothers, we all know each other, you know? So...
Fair
kind of
enough,
one of them
Ronald.
things. Yeah,
We'll have to sit down and
But-
chat one day.
yeah. Well, what you could do, right, is that I've seen the fleshies. They got that stuff they put on their faces that makes them look less horrific. You know,
You're
like
talking
that
about,
stuff.
like,
If you,
yeah.
yeah, that
The
stuff.
makeup.
Yeah, well, you know, and then them unethical ones will actually test it on Skazak, and that's not right because it's horrible. But if you put some of that stuff on your face, you get blue stuff. Maybe some of more less intelligent brethren would think that you are of the Blue Eyes clan. Or if you walk around like this, then you could be one of the Frutos clan. You know?
That's a fair point. Hearta. And I'll like reach into my little coin purse, and I'll just get like one solid. Hang on, what have I got? Let me check which ones I've got. 12 silver coins. I'll take 2 silver coins, because I handle money all the time, and I'm just doing this to be a prick. He'll like get him on his hands, the 2 silver coins, just fling. I'll do it on camera. Fling. Flicks them at Hearta. While you're up top, no, you spoke to cat. Look, catch him. What's the matter with you? See if you can't purchase some some blue makeup while you're up top, and I'll whip us up a bit of blue clan face. It's all right, it's on me. You don't have to pay me back for that. That's you know, that's
good
not a
to
loan.
know.
Yeah,
Good to know.
I'm donating. But like, I want the change. Oh, I know how much blue makeup costs. You can't use that to offset the rental on the clothes. Just, I mean, they're 2 separate. Just all right. Just it's money for makeup. Just bring it back. All right, change.
I can do that for you, Arthur.
Blinding, and I'll turn and just start messing around with disguise stuff.
You lot be careful down here.
We'll be all right. Oh, this goes in there. Snip. I'll cut that, couldn't I? Let's go.
Violetta, should we depart?
After you.
Thinks back to the butt comment. Looks at Violetta. Technically, isn't it after Ronald the Zeds are silent?
Yeah, follow me, friends.
And he heads out, and he's clearly in a good mood as he's walking down. You hear him humming a little song to himself, and he's like,
There is a cheese wheel in the dirt. I like to eat it when I sleep.
and he's just like tottering off and singing his little song to himself. He's in such
You know
a
I'm
good
gonna
mood.
sing that cover now.
You bet.
It's gonna happen.
I was like, my brain was like, Les Mis songs, Les Mis songs, Les Mis songs. Okay, so Gabe has unfortunately perished. We have lost Gabe. Rest in peace. But as
That's in the chat, folks.
Ronald takes you up to the surface, just in the interest of time here, because unfortunately we're not in like a infinite length series. We can't spend forever in Rat-home. You make it up to the surface absolutely fine. where are you going and who are you seeking out?
I would like to seek out my definitely not spooky aunt.
Okay, so you are looking for your definitely not spooky aunt. Where is she in the city of Heartholm?
We decided that at a time, and it's in my notes somewhere.
I didn't write down.
I wrote it down, and it's buried somewhere under notes. I think she lives...
I think she lives with the nobles, right?
Vaguely in that, yeah. I think so.
Okay. So we'll say that you go back up to the surface, back to the sort of noble district. You can see now that the fires in the cathedral district have been put out now. And there is some sort of attempt to begin restoring the area. It's still early days. But this, as you can see, they're like bringing out barrels and carriage wagon loads of rubble that they're just trying to take out so they can do the proper rescue operations. So the noble district is relatively unaffected by the explosion, and life seems to be relatively normal here. The nobles are not that bothered by what has happened. They're in their cushy houses, their gated communities, and protected by this sort of privilege that they have. Your aunt, she is currently at her residence. And I would say it's like maybe the middle of the day. Time has been a wibbly-wobbly underground. You can't really, there's not a day-night cycle, so you're not entirely with it. But you can hear the streets are just as normal as they would be in this district, with people going about their day-to-day business.
So before we even go up to the door, I'm just going to turn to Hearta. So, I have family.
Congratulations.
Keep your mouth shut around her. She's not, she's a little... She doesn't like strangers. And whatever you see in there, if anyone else were to find out about it, I would know, and I certainly wouldn't like that. If you catch my drift.
Sure.
Great. And
we're working together, so I don't think it would behoove me to put that partnership at risk.
Partnership, that's a weighty word, and I'll knock on the door.
There is a couple of moments silence before the door is opened by your aunt's butler, who is a very creepy looking old dude who creaks open the door a crack and sees you before he opens it fully. Butler.
Greetings, Butler, it is I, the niece.
Butler, whose name we definitely remember and had written down. I have to find my notes on her.
It's fine. Don't even worry about it. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Kevin Butler, VP of Services. He opens the door fully and steps aside and gestures for you to enter.
And I do so, having done this many a time, and expect Hearta to follow me.
His eyes are like one of those creepy paintings. They don't move, but they definitely do move as they follow you, Hearta, as you walk past.
All I can imagine is the butler is that fucking painting from the second Ghostbusters movie.
Basically.
Ugh.
She's fine. She's with me, dear.
And you hear the door close behind you. As you make it to the top of the stairs in this sort of like hallway that she has, you are led through to a like a study sitting room. It's quite plush. It's very dark with a lot of dark oak paneling everywhere. And this room is full of like taxidermied animals, of books in leather bound. Some are open on a table. The desk has like a big quill on it. It smells in here of like rich tobacco and old leather and stale smoke. And your aunt is sat in a overstuffed sort of big wingback chair by the fire, and she has a book in her hand. And as you approach the door, the butler introduces you. He says, Violetta and a guest are here to see you, my lady. And she waves him off with a hand before she snaps her book shut and looks up at you.
Hello, Auntie.
Hello, dear.
It's good to see you. How have you been?
Oh, well, living, surviving. And yourself?
That's good to hear. Similarly.
Terrible business with the cathedral ward, wasn't it? I hope you weren't anywhere near.
I was very near, actually, in the blast.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Come, sit. And she gestures to a settee that's close by.
And I just kind of shoot a look to Hearta and go and sit closest. Yes, nasty business, really. I believe you remember Maxwell.
Oh, yes, Maxwell.
I believe he's, more intimately familiar with the details than I am.
Oh, really?
Extremely.
Wow. Moving up in the world is that boy?
Apparently. I was wondering if, you could tell me a little more about him and any relations he might have with, the Queen's consort.
The Queen's consort? Really? Are they involved?
I don't think involved necessarily, but involved, perhaps.
Oh. I would like you to roll me a scrutinize test of your auntie.
Okay. We love her and she's definitely not evil, I've just realized. I'm frightened. What is my... where is...
That's a success
Woof.
for me.
It's under perception. I keep thinking it's under fellowship, and I get confused.
Yes, sorry, it's a
Okay.
perception one.
No, it's okay.
I also had the focus to detect lies, if that means anything.
Oh, what does that do?
It's a good question. I'll have to look it up in the book. Give me a moment.
So while Angie's looking that up, what did you get, Quinn?
I would actually like to use one of my critical successes.
Okie doke.
Beautiful.
Go for it. I'd like to use a reroll on that. Alright. Okay, so Violetta, as you use a critical success, despite the fact that your aunt is hiding it very well, she is clearly hiding something from you.
I lean in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Do tell me what's on your mind.
And she looks you over, and she has a pipe. I've just decided, and
Sure.
she takes a puff of it, yeah, and blows some smoke out, and she says, "You're clearly far more switched on than you're letting on, my dear."
Been working on it a bit.
And what about? And her eyes flick to Hearta.
Not so much yet, but maybe.
I am having issues finding focuses.
That's okay, no worries. She smiles, and her teeth are sort of like yellowed with years of smoking. And she looks you up and down and says, "I think you might know more than you think. You see how Maxwell dresses these days, no?"
Oh, I'm very aware of that. So, are we assuming that potentially causality of...
There are many forces at work in this world, darling. And some of them work in the shadows. Some of them work less in the shadows. And some of them are very, very interested in creating a power vacuum. As you're aware, the churches were very powerful in Heartholm, and now they're gone. Now there is one force, one that you are apparently familiar with, a certain prince who has made himself known. No doubt his brethren will join him soon. And then things will get very interesting. And she gets this look in her eye of, like, genuine excitement.
And I think Violetta mirrors it and doesn't try to hide it and kind of forgets Hearta's in the room a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently the focus is basically, like, whenever you use a skill with its focus and synergy, you may ignore any penalties your character is currently suffering. Okay, well.
Okay.
From
All right, well, that's
penalty,
good to know for next time.
Shit. Yeah. Ooh, excuse me.
So what you're saying is a certain prince is much closer than originally perceived?
A certain prince is already here and has been for quite some time. Now, we haven't heard from the queen for a few days. I wonder where she's gone.
Yes, quite.
Hmm.
And, do you remember Antoinette?
Yes.
Has she been seen since?
I've not seen her.
I fear I may have gotten her killed.
Not her.
Not her.
Trust me, she's fine.
And what makes you say that?
What? And she takes a very conspicuous sip of her brandy. Good feeling? Forget I said anything.
Fine. Any other, princes about? Or is it just the one?
Oh, almost certainly, though they have yet to make themselves known. I imagine it'll only be a matter of days.
Days?
Oh, definitely. These princes do love their power vacuums, and as I said, we're currently in one.
So you wouldn't happen to, does Maxwell owe you any favors?
Oh, probably.
Could I borrow one?
Go ahead. And if he says no, just tell him I'll fucking kill him.
Perfect. I might pay him a visit today.
Oh, lucky boy.
He got one.
To just note that Hearta has had her vacant expression this entire time because it is one of her trademark features. So it's perfect for that whole shut up and don't, like, give anything away.
Yep. Yes, I did, barge in on a meeting with them when it first happened.
Was his little fan club. Oh,
Yes.
sat around drinking tea.
Mm-hmm. He was very offended that I was there, but, he should know better than to fuck with an Rzzonald, right?
Really, experience should have taught him otherwise.
While I'm here, and it's on my
Yes.
mind,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of glance back to see how closely Hearta is listening.
How closely
I
is
mean-
Hearta listening?
She's been paying rapt attention.
Is it plain on your face beyond your vacant
she's got
expression?
a vacant expression, so. Do you want me to roll guile?
Yeah, go on. Let's roll a guile to see how sneaky you're being.
No,
We're looking for 52 or lower. I'm gonna re-roll that.
Okay.
Are you? Ah!
Oh, oof.
Do I need to scrutinize that? Okay.
There's like this slight twitch in her eyebrow. I guess it's giving her away.
Maybe her eyes are just going from person to person in the conversation. Maybe, despite the fact that she's quite vacant, the rest of it, she's following with her eyes. That gives her away.
I kind of glance back to my aunt. Do you fancy a smoke on the balcony for a moment?
Yes,
You and
let's
I.
go.
Let's.
Like old times.
Yes. Just kind of shoot Hearta a glance and says, "Stay here." Having realized I maybe said a bit too much because I may be underestimating Hearta.
Okay. So, Violetta and her aunt get up and head to a there's like a little adjourning room next to the study that has a lovely balcony on it with some like furniture on it. It's lovely. That leaves Hearta all alone in the study. Is there anything that you would like to do while you are left alone, Hearta?
She's going to be taking stock of the books that are probably on the shelves in here and kind of figuring out what kind of reading sources dear old auntie is into.
Okay, roll me a scrutinize.
Sounds good. Sweet Lord, please let me roll high this time. Nope. You know what? Nah. I forgot my glasses at home. Fuck it.
All right, no, you can't see. Okay. This just looks like a extremely just normal bougie rich person's house. This one room alone is probably got things in it more valuable than any money you have ever made in your entire life or would ever see. Like, this room is so full of just riches. And I guess that you're just kind of lost in that, like, oh, fuck. It's a lot to take in. It's very overwhelming.
And she's probably still processing everything, too, so she's just like,
Mm-hmm.
Violetta's even more scary than I thought.
Okay, and cut to the balcony, where Violetta and her aunt are having a smoke.
Yes. As soon as the door closes, just kind of lean against it, light a cigarette, as I am wont to do. I've been meaning to ask, since it now appears it might be important to know. My parents made a deal, I'm assuming, with someone or something.
They may
before
have.
they disappeared.
Yes.
Who was it?
I actually don't know. I've been trying to find that out myself. They've left nothing. And whoever it was who'd made this bargain left nothing.
Can I scrutinize that?
Go for it.
Because I don't trust her. That is a success.
Okay, just using a reroll. Okay. So
mine was a critical success.
Yours is a critical success. So she's clearly, there's something that she's not fully diverging the details on, but she, again, it's very hard to read, but there's just a little thing there.
I know you know a little more than you're letting on. And I'd appreciate a little bit of transparency. If there's a deal that involves me at all, of course.
Well, that's the thing, my dear. I don't know what they bargained for. I can never guess at who they bargained with. Was
the Prince of Change?
No. No, your mother and father were devoted to a different prince.
Which?
The Prince of Pleasure. He's a popular one with the Bohemian types.
Interesting.
Yes. And he is no doubt going to make an appearance in this chaos. Perhaps he'll bring your parents back. Though I doubt it.
Yes, that is a little worrisome, isn't it? Do you suspect, a certain outsider might be interested in all of this?
Without a doubt. Now one of them is involved, all the others will certainly also want to be involved. We are going to be in the midst of a war.
And if you had to pick a side?
If I was smart, my money would be on the outsider. He hates all the others, of course. He has a vested interest in seeing them destroyed.
I'll keep that in mind. I'm not beholden to anyone just yet, but I suspect I might be in the market soon.
Well, choose carefully.
Yes. Not a decision to make lightly, like some, I suppose.
No. Perhaps not a decision you should make at all.
You think so?
Now, obviously, no one knows what happens when they make place for a place. All of them at once. We've seen what happened with other cities when one of them has been involved. I would certainly not like to be in the midst of the battle of the Abyssal Princes.
But
perhaps it's best if you... There's an academic interest, of course, Violetta.
Yes, academic.
But I would rather see you out and not hurt or dead or tethered to an abyssal prince or one of his minions or God knows what.
I'll bear that in mind. But you know me.
And she crosses over to you and kisses your forehead and she says, I do know you, Violetta. You were better than my daughter ever was. Now don't make the same mistakes that she did.
It's not my fault she picked the wrong prince.
No. Don't disappoint me. And then she... Then she leaves. She leaves you on the balcony. She just heads out another door.
Okay. I'll go back in the room that Hearta's in.
I don't think she heard any of that, but I kind of wish she did.
And Violetta is trying not to look. She's trying to look composed still, but I don't know if she's succeeding.
Scrutinize.
Okay, guile from me, I guess.
All right, let's get that
That's
guile.
a high number.
Oh, that's a great fail.
So you're
I see right through you.
You're trying to hide it, Violetta, but everything that's just been dropped on you at once, it's just plain on your face. There's something a lot there. That kiss on your forehead was the most affectionate your aunt has ever been in your entire life. And it's just, it's too much. And you can see it all over her face, Hearta.
I
Says nothing.
I don't think I look at you. I just walk past and we're leaving. Let's go. And start to head out the door.
Yep.
Okay. So, while that is happening, what is Scythian, Scroot, and Arthur up to if Jay is actually here?
Right.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
I was doing like immersion. I think Arthur would have just like stayed with Scythian and made sure he didn't slip back into a coma. And just, I guess, just held the fort and just he didn't tinkering with bits about the house, but he would have stayed there.
I'm willing to do some like wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff because like next week is going to be like the getting Alex bit or whatever you're doing next week. So this is like your setup. So we're not, you're not just in one single day here. We can do multiple things. And if you want to have any conversations or anything in particular that any of you want to do, let me know now and we will get this resolved before we do the spinning newspaper and go ahead a week.
Actually, I would have a conversation with Arthur while Scythian's out. Hey, Arthur.
Yes, mate.
I'm going to tell you something most people don't know, actually.
All right. I put down the sewing I was doing on a disguise.
So technically, I do have a family, but it's an adopted one. I was what you... from an orphan to an urchin, essentially. Until I was claimed. It's why I am so good at climbing and sneaking. After a while, when people avoid looking at you, you learn how to make that happen. I have a sister. She was close to the explosions, but thankfully she was safe. It was concerning, but she was safe. I am not very good with self-preservation of my own life, but my sister's name is Nefa. Will you keep an eye on her if this goes wrong?
And Arthur just looks away and smiles to himself. Absolutely.
Mind you, she's not small like Timmy.
That's all right. Size is not dependent on somebody's true stature and worth.
That's fair.
You're not the only orphan here. Screw. All right, I get it. You might look at my finery as I stand. Well, not this finery, but when we met, I scrapped my way up to what I've got. I know the group takes the piss. It's all right. I'm just the talky one, the chancer. But my stall, it's everything I've got. But I'll look after you, sister. We choose our family for ourselves.
Arthur, the reason I'm asking you is because you're the person that I think could take care of her the most. I'm not asking you just because you're here with me. I called Scythian the strongest, but Scythian is thankfully unconscious and is a tree. Trees are strong and solid, but they have no flexibility. Arthur, you are a finely crafted blade that has function and beauty, and it does not break when it bends.
For once, Arthur will just look lost for words.
And this is something that most of us from my circle do, and he's gonna nick his hand, brothers in red and brothers in hair, and then I put my hand out to make a blood bond.
I mean, I'm just a market trader, mate.
Arthur, if you were just a market trader, you wouldn't have made it this far. It's like me saying I'm just a burglar.
I guess. Just, you know, when you're told you're not worth much, and people just walk by you, and you have to shout for them to even notice your stall. I don't get it, mate. But yeah, I'll pull my stiletto out and make a little nick in my hand as well.
So I'm gonna clasp the hands together. Arthur, there's a reason that you're called the halfling hero of Heartholm. It may feel like it's pressure, but like you said, it's not about size, it's about who stands up first. You stand taller than most people, twice your size.
It's just PR. Look, I just want to help. All right, for whatever reason, Alex means something to him. I'm just.
You realize
just
that's kindness. You say you just want to help, but who else would have followed Scythian down here? Who else would have continued following Scythian into it? Who would have agreed to go lure creatures out from the shadows? I thought I didn't even do that. You did.
I guess I'm used to having to do big things to be noticed. It just means I'm stupid, not brave.
No. It means you don't question doing the right thing.
Yeah, well, I've seen, and you'll know, how this city treats those that don't fit, those that don't have the money and the wealth. I don't care about money. I couldn't give a shit. I care about having the means to make it right. That's why I'm down here. I'm not a fighter. It's just a bit of good I can do. Who knows?
I thought, have you ever considered why you spent all that time looking for Timmy? What did you get out of it?
Less of his jip in my ear and from his parents if it all went wrong.
But Arthur, he wasn't there to jip in your ear. He was missing. You could have left it. You could have never gone to see his parents again. Why? Why'd you do it?
Needed to be done. Who else was going to look out for the little shit?
Exactly. But you didn't ask that question. You didn't wait for an answer. You made yourself the answer. We give you a lot of shit and we give you a hard time. And as strange as it is to say, even if you don't feel like it, you're more necessary to this group than you give yourself credit for.
Oh, I've been called a lot of things.
You're dangerous, Arthur McFord.
Wow, I'm like a little puppy dog. Small but sharp, pointy teeth, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Besides,
everybody loves an underdog.
Oh, I'm always that. It suits me now. Doesn't explain why you're with us. When I met you, first thing you did was punch me in the face.
Yes.
And now you're down here with an halfling. I don't know what the other two are. And him. You're the same as me. You got nothing
I have-
vested in saving Alex, killing the brood mother, putting things at risk.
I didn't have a first family, and the notion of losing my second with Nefer, my sister, is terrifying. And now I have a notion of losing a third, because it's not about being around people just who are kind. It's about being around people who stay, even if you're not always.
Everyone's always got worth, even if they don't know it.
Plus, I think Violetta might want to sleep with me, and I don't know how to process that.
Or like,
I've-
just spooning. Is that what you,
I've
like
never-
a blanket?
Arthur, I've never slept with anyone.
What?
I've never slept with someone before.
Well, I mean, I kind of assume people think the same looking at me, but
Arthur, you get
They're right.
so much poon. Don't even. Oh, what?
no, mate,
Really?
no.
But you talk so well.
Well, look, I can do a deal. I can nick stuff. I can get us favors, but put a woman in front of me, and I just goes out the fucking window.
Arthur, we have to live so we can go to a brothel together.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it'd be a lot of fun, but I kind of got someone.
Oh.
Maybe I hoped I had someone. Let's just say that explosion was really bad fucking timing.
Were you proposing?
Oh God, no, Jesus! Marriage, 50% of everything I own. Don't be fucking stupid.
You know what, Arthur? If you ever propose to this person, I'm going to give you Phil's pistol as a wedding gift.
Well, that kind of makes me want to get married just to have Phil's pistol. But
I agree,
mean,
yeah.
that's you might as well have just said you'd chop off your left hand and give it to me, mate. I know what Phil's pistol means to you.
Yeah, but I didn't know you had someone. That's...
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I'm pretty dense when it comes to
Arthur,
that stuff.
You're not allowed to die now. This is how it is.
Well, I mean, it wasn't my first plan. But yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, but
I
you're
don't really
brash.
want...
Yeah, you have this sense of good, and it concerns me sometimes because it's great. But I
struggle to keep my mouth shut.
How are we alive? How are we in a city underneath Heartholm and we're not dead? Also, that demon dog is still out there.
Demon? What was that? What was fucking running around? Is that the hunt thing?
Oh,
I don't get involved. I don't get involved.
I thought it was an actual sick dog for years.
What? They're hunting a sick, like what? Like regular dog? That doesn't sound. Oh,
big dog.
Oh right. Well, that's why I locked myself up. That sounds mental.
It's ridiculous. But I'll be honest, I kind of want it.
Well, yeah. Who's gonna fuck with you if you've got a giant mutant dog?
Exactly.
Could ride it through the sewers. Skaroot the Wonder Dog. It'd be amazing.
That Skaroot the Brute who rides a Malamute.
I like it, but I will. I'll assign all property rights to that in IP. Right, we'll sanction that. We'll do book stories, comic books.
Yes.
I'll publish. It's fine.
You know, Arthur. I also at some point I want us to just somewhere that's stupid. I want us to walk into some place, and I want you to be my bodyguard. So when someone underestimates you, you just pistol whip them.
I mean, you might need to lift me up.
No, go straight for the ankle.
Right, I can do that. Yeah, ankles, knees, they're all very vulnerable. But look, I mean, listen, Scrooge.
Yes.
I can't speak for the rest of the people here, and I don't know why I'm saying it to you, but end of the line, all right? Me and you.
End of the line. Yeah.
Just don't fuck me over.
To be honest, Arthur, you also concerned me the most too. I could probably kill anyone else and get away with it. You'd be the most trouble.
Well, you can't kill the old hero halfling of Heartholm. There'd be investigations and outcry, and you'd be a marked man.
Legends never die, Arthur.
That's a good point. You are pretty legendary.
I meant you. And I feel like they're probably just shooting this shit the whole time.
Yeah, and then they have this, there's the fire going on, maybe share a drink, have a little bit of banter. While we pan across to Scythian. You are deep, deep, deep in a healing sleep. Mm-hmm. But, that was a really good rhyme. Damn. You are dreaming.
Okay.
And it is such a lovely, pleasant dream. Rosie is here. She's fussing you. She's peppering you with kisses. It is a beautiful sunny day. You're in a cottage in the middle of nowhere. Beautiful meadow with flowers everywhere. Rosie's hair is more curly than it's ever been in her life. Her cheeks are so pink and rosy. She's wearing a beautiful dress. She's not looked this beautiful since your wedding day.
Awesome. By the way, her name's Liana.
Oh, Liana, yep. Never mind. Rosie's the actual Hobbit character that we based her on. Yep. Thanks, Tom.
Yeah. So, it's a lovely cottage. At this point, he's probably like he's just wearing really relaxing, comfortable clothes, and they've probably got maybe like a little garden out in the front. That's mainly what she tends to, and he's got like a kind of like a fence that he's kind of semi-building out as well. They got a log hut for all the logs, all the stuff. And he goes outside and he puts his arms around her, so he's quite tall. He kind of goes down, but he stands up and gives her a hug. And he goes, I had I think I had the craziest dream.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't remember. Bunch of rats, big rats, I mean, like us-sized rats, with swords. And I met these people, and some of them are weird, and I don't know. And he kind of rubs you. It was just a nightmare. It was just a nightmare. I'm just really glad to see you.
She turns around, she reaches up to kiss you, and she pats your cheek, and she says, you should lay off that beer, really, honestly. Sometimes the dreams you have...
Yeah,
and
maybe you're right.
As you share this lovely embrace, you hear from at the end of the garden path a little voice, Papa, Papa! And your son comes running at you. This kid must have been about 5 or 6, comes running in his barefoot. He's got his little like Tom Sawyer clothes on as he comes running down the garden path at you. And Liana turns around and she holds open her arms for her beautiful baby boy.
I'm assuming as he runs into her, he'll give them both a big hug, and he'll go, "Oh, how you doing, son? Let's have a look at those muscles. Come on, let's show him."
And he goes, "Oh," like this with his little 6-year-old muscles. And as you sort of reach out to like pat him, give him that dad ruffle of his hair, you touch his head, ruffle his hair. As you do, his body disintegrates into ash.
What?
And Liana starts screaming as her son turns to ash in her arms. And she looks at you with panicked wide eyes.
I don't... What the hell is... What happened? What... And he's just going to look, eyes struck, mouth just helplessly looking around.
And as you do, you sort of hold Liana tighter and her body begins to crumble beneath you as she too begins to turn to ash in your arms.
No. What the hell's happening?
And the sky grows dark. And you look up, and instead of the bright summer sun, you see the moon turning a blood red, and everything around you seems to die and crumble. The house behind you goes from this beautiful woodland cottage to derelict and destroyed. And in the distance, you hear the scream of the beast of the hunt.
Is my wood cutting axe still there?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna get the wood cutting axe, and after hearing that, I'm gonna run in the opposite direction of where I heard that noise.
So you run and you run. I would like you to roll me an awareness test.
Okay. Oops. Not what I want to do. 1 second. Oh no. You know what? I'm gonna re-roll because I haven't used a re-roll yet.
Do it.
Yeah. That's much better. 13. I'm certain that's a success. I don't know how much though. What's my awareness? 40. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, nailed it. Okay, so as you're running through the woods now, the lush green leaves are long gone, replaced by gnarled, broken, blackened branches that are reaching out for you almost in the darkness. And you can see that you are being chased by things, creatures, demons.
I am going to use the axe to hack my way through anything that comes too close, like any branches or anything that comes by. And if anything comes too close, he's just going to just swing the axe, but just keep dead running.
Okay, so you are sprinting, you're hacking away branches and bushes in front of you. And one of these creatures lunges out of the darkness at you. It's going to make an attack at you.
Can I parry?
You sure can.
I hope I parry, because that's really high. Reroll.
Oh!
Fuck it, reroll. We got him. Use him.
Is that a successful parry?
Let me just double check. Yes, it is, because my parry is 59. Yes.
Okay, so you see these blackened claws come out at you and they scratch for your face. You parry it away with the axe and it makes that horrible sound as it does. What would you like to do?
I would like to scream. He would come out and think, "Protector, be with me!" And he'll slam down.
All right, let's make that attack.
Oh wait, no.
Does that do it?
No. Reroll. I've got one left. Reroll.
Okay, let's go.
That does it. That hits.
Okay, so roll your damage.
Oh right, yeah, I've got damage.
So it's 1d6 plus your CB.
Okay, 1d6 which plus 7.
Oh.
So that is max damage for 13.
It explodes. Roll again.
Oh yeah, I love exploding die. Come on, 6. Oh! I'm going. Go on. Oh, okay. 12. Sorry, that's 12, 16, 4, 5, 6, 23.
23. Okay.
Shame it's a dream.
You swing the axe and it connects in this thing's neck and its eyes widen. They were just a terrible dark black. But as you pull the axe from its neck, the creature begins to morph into Alex. her human form, but you can see her eyes are a bright, piercing blue, and she stares at you with a look of horror and question as blood begins to spurt from her neck, and she drops to her knees.
I immediately drop the axe and fall to my knees as well, and immediately kind of like put my hand to put pressure on the wound. No, Alex, it wasn't you. And
she sort of reaches up and she grabs at your shirt that you're wearing, and you feel that strength in her hand just stop as her hand drops, and her eyes are vacant and staring at you, still a piercing bright blue.
No. Oh, God, protect her, help me. Do something, anything.
And as you are kneeling over Alex's body, these figures, these creatures from the darkness just swarm you. And as your vision turns black, you awake with a start.
I will fucking scream.
So, Skarut, as you're having a lovely, wholesome time with Arthur, you hear Scythian.
Just go, ah!
Scythian, wait, you're here, and I'll like slap his face a little bit.
Instinctively goes for his sword and just draws it.
Scythian, look around the room. Look at the room. Look where you are. And I've like backed well away at this point.
Is Scythian a religious man? Did he talk to us about that?
Yeah, you've seen him kneeling in prayer as well a couple of times.
I am a god of the Temple of the Protect. I am very holy.
I pull out a holy symbol that I have with my equipment, and I hand it to Scythian. You're safe.
Is it of any particular god, or just generic?
Generic holy symbol.
Okay.
Just like prayer beads or something.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. He'll take them, and kind of, and kind of nod in thanks, and he'll wrap it around his sword like the hilt and tighten it, and then he'll put the sword away. And God, I fucking hate laudanum.
What did you see? Nightmares?
Yeah. Tends to have that effect on you when you take it. I wouldn't recommend it unless you really, really need to.
Oh, no, I don't do drugs. I just give them to other people to suffer.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. How are you two doing?
Actually, very good.
Yeah? That's good.
A little startled. All right. You sure it was just a dream?
Scythian,
Yeah.
roll me an awareness test.
Okay. Oh no, I screamed, didn't I? I think that's a fail with my awareness of 52. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, my awareness is 40.
Okay.
I don't know. It was probably just the laudanum, but you know what? And he gets up, struggling. I need a minute or two on my own. I'll just go into one of the rooms back here, and he'll head off to maybe like a little room or just to the side, and he's going to take the moment to again kneel down and pray. And he's getting desperate at this point, because that to him is like, if he fails, that's happening. So he is desperately praying to the Protector for guidance, for help, for assistance, anything.
Okay. And as Scythian takes himself off for a quiet moment to pray, that is where we will end our session this week. And we will head into next week with the main the potential rescue of Alex, the rat-volution that may come, or any of the other shenanigans that this fine folks get into. Yes, Gabe.
The logo's different.
I love that it's above Gabe because Gabe was the one pushing for it so hard.
I'm so happy.
Bless.
Charlie came through because she's the best. But thank you all so much for tuning in for this week's episode. We hope we can see you next week. But before we do sign off and say goodnight for the night, let's go around and we'll just say who we are and where you can find us on the internet. And we'll start, as always, with the lovely, wonderful Gabe.
Hi, I am Gabe James Games on Twitch, Twitter, and pretty much anywhere else on the internet. You can find me here on Wednesdays. Friday, you can find me on the Drop the Die channel for an all-road campaign called The Little Rascals. Monday, you can find me on the Onyx Path playing a kid named Lucas who can hear ghosts and just found out that his dad was a monster hunter and also might be turning into a werewolf. I don't know. It's a whole bunch of weird stuff. Also, I was flirting with ghouls and then they tried to kill me, but it was worth it. Other than that, I'm great. And I love the Arthur Skarut dynamic mainly peaks. Sometimes it goes down, but I really like how it continues to flow. And they have a lot more in common than I thought.
That was one of my favorite conversations of the night. That was so wholesome. That whole thing was so wholesome. It was so cute. But thank you so much for joining us, Gabe. And we will see you next week. But next up, we have Tom. Hi, Tom.
Hi.
You all right?
Yeah, fine. That was pretty good, apart from, mentally being scarred at the very end. But, that's part and parcel of Zweihander and you, Susie. So,
Hey!
Enjoyed it, loved it. I'm loving I love this episode because it's more about the group dynamics between the characters. We're getting a lot more between the characters now, and then I think that we've got a sure footing on relationship-wise and where they are in the party. Again, Siphon was a bit out of it for a lot of it, but I think most people know where he stands anyway. He's not a very complicated person. But I love it, and I just can't wait for it all to develop. Can't wait for next week to see how we try and rescue Alex, which is going to be a disaster. I already know it. It's going to be great. I'm Tom, Hotflakes Tom. You can catch me on Twitter. There's the smirk. And on Discord as well. I'm on Discord. I'm also on Thursdays. Follow Black Cats After the Fire, 8 p.m. GMT, 2 p.m. Eastern, I think. Something like that. 2, 3, something like that. Also on Friday, I am on Tales from the Grim for our Rapture Bioshock Call of Cthulhu game where I play a 72-year-old splicer lady. It's great. I got fire and bloodlust where when I use anything to kill someone, I regain health and sanity. So I'm just like the ultimate killing machine now. It's great. I can't wait to get stuck in. And that is at 6 o'clock UK time and 1 o'clock Eastern. Yeah, that's me.
Awesome. All right. So just as a quick heads up before we get to Angie, for our poll today, we're not actually running it in the Twitch chat because of tech gremlins, but instead, I would like you to post in the Discord under the Betrayal of Heartholm channel about who you think is deserving of corruption this week. So just post a character name. You can put a fun little explanation in there if you want to, or you can just put character name. Okay, Angie.
Hi, I'm Angie, aka Bantalyric, which you can find me basically everywhere under that username. Twitch, Twitter. If you find Bantalyric, it's probably me. So yeah, God, you can also sometimes find me on my own Twitch channel doing Final Fantasy streams on Saturday nights. I'm gonna try and start doing the D&D reading on Sundays if I can manage it. My weekends have been crazy. Otherwise, you can find me also on twitch.tv/Hollowtail on Tuesdays, where we play Mistborn, which is a lovely, equally grim and perilous pirates game, essentially, in the Mist. Hold on, it's like it's like Ravenloft, Ghost of Saltmarsh setting type thing. But yeah, tonight. tonight's game was intense. There was a lot of lore dropped everywhere, like everywhere, and I'm super fucking here for it. Dream sequences are also my kryptonite. I live for them. So that was, I'm sorry, Tom. That was amazing, and I want more of it. Even if Scythian suffers.
Hey, there's nothing saying dreams can't
I
come
mean,
for everyone.
I've got laudanum. I do have 2 more. If you really
yeah.
want to trip balls.
It was the laudanum.
Ooh. We could just have a laudanum party. It's fine. I've got smelling salts to wake us all up.
Friends, don't do laudanum parties. Okay, Quinn, hi.
Hello. Susie, thank you for hitting me in the face with that lore. Yikes, TM, Violetta's fine. It's fine. She's not totally fucked or has plans at all. That would be absurd. My name's Quinn. You can find me at Quintastic_ on Twitter. I am very loud. On Wednesdays, normally at 8 p.m.-ish on Mythic Grove, we have Where Roots Remain, which is a 5e homebrew game. We're not tonight, but I think there's another one-shot going on in its place that you should check out.
Stevie's running a cat's one-shot.
Jellicle. Great. We love to see it. So that'll be at 8 p.m. And then on Tuesdays, also at 8 p.m. Eastern, on Ephemeral Worlds, which is the new channel that Gabe and a friend of ours and I have started up. I run a 5e game called Ardent Silence, and nothing terrible happens in that at all. They're all going to be fine. Yeah, everything else you can catch me on Twitter about. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for joining us again this week, Quinn. It is always a pleasure, and you're welcome for that law drop. Jay, how's it going, friendo?
Hi. I wasn't ready to reveal I was a virgin live on the internet, but hey, that's how these games goes, right? That was great. I really enjoyed that, and yeah, the whole Screw Arthur thing's intriguing. Although I just realized I thought it, and then I couldn't remember if Arthur was going to pick up on it or not, that how does Skarut know that his sister is okay since the explosion? Because I've been with him all the time, and I haven't seen any conversations take place. So that's intriguing. But yes, I love this game. I love this world. It's amazing. But you can find me on Twitter, VoiceJBritain, or Twitch, just JBritain. I'm doing some Rage on Friday afternoon, and then another million hours of Dark Souls on Sunday, starting at 4 p.m. And next week, Monday night over on Table Story, you can find me playing Heath Marker Brown, the mercenary for our finale of Zero Blue Orion. Probably going to die, who knows. And then I'll come here on Wednesday and probably die here as well. Yay! All-round death.
Just death.
Just death.
Great.
It's what I live for, ironically.
Alrighty, and thank you again, Jay, for joining us this week. As for me, I am Susie, otherwise known as Susanna Grace. I am a variety streamer who does video games, art streams, and tabletop RPGs. You can find me all over the internet at Susanna Grace. You'll next see me on the internet tomorrow on twitch.tv/follow Black Cats for After the Fire, where I'm going to be meeting the Prince of Dawn and his lovely wife Daenerys, and everything's going to be fine. So tune in for that. But if you're not there for that, make sure you're here for Unhallowed Metropolis Des Curios. Got it right, nailed it, at 4 p.m., which is GM'd by the lovely Hollowtail. And then on Friday, make sure you're here for Star Trek, and then immediately afterwards, the Haunting of Seawell Orphanage. And then on Saturday, get your butts here for the Meat Grinder, where we will be raising funds for Black Girls Code, which is GM'd by me. So make sure you're here. We're going to raise a bunch of money. We're going to do some real good. And yeah. As always, join us in the Discord. I'll be hanging around for a bit. I want to know who is going to get corruption. I'll be there to chat. And yeah, so that is it from us for tonight. Thank you all once again for tuning in, and we will see you next week. Take care, folks.
Wednesday's big betrayal to encounter